We can do that. We can do it at the end. We can do two Jones at the end. Whatever you want to do. Yeah. Where the headphones at? Okay. This is PSA. The headphones had got away. This is PSA Philly Service Announcement. Takeover Tuesday. Takeover love, support, grace, social activism, resources, and art. I am the assist, African support and strength, inspiration, and support together. My right-hand sister, like always, the Queen Nick, Raw Cannon. Shout out to the Cannons. My right-hand sister, you know what I'm saying? And I always got to go through it. Her being the queen that she is, you know what I'm saying? She wear many hats. She has many roles. She's a fully dimensional black woman, African woman. So shout out to her. Y'all know she popping when she gonna pop in. There she go right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Glockware. Shout out to Took always. I always usually keep that at the end, but bro just be showing me a lot of love, man. I appreciate a lot of patience as well. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gotta have some patience for each other. Cause we is fucked up, y'all. They fucked us up. I'm gonna go right into that. I had a crazy ass day, yo, crazy. But the funniest part of this day, cause this is a funny part to the day. You know what I'm saying? This morning, and this wasn't so funny, but it's funny. And I got that. They not getting the fucking rent money until this shit get right too. Oh, yeah. Listen, bro. So ever since I lived in the crib, I would hear, and I'm going to get to my brother. I got to tell this story because once we get into him, we going to get into him. I know y'all probably looking like, damn, why you ain't let the brother introduce himself? Because I got to tell this story real quick. And then he going to hit y'all with the bomb, so I ain't even worrying about it. So listen, ever since I've been living in the crib, I would hear, I stay on the third floor, so I would hear shit running around, but I'm thinking shit running around on the roof. You know, North Philly in that area, Temple, shit is filthy. It's a rat infestation, and I'm getting the fuck out of there as soon as this lease is up. Yeah, the shit wild. The kids is trifling. The Temple kids trifling. I'm just keeping it real. Be trash on top of trash everywhere. And these is Temple students. I live right in the midst of these motherfuckers. I walk through this shit as I'm walking back and forth to work when I'm walking around, period. So it's a rat infestation, but we got everything sealed in the basement and all that before I moved in there. Got everything exterminated. Boom. I ain't worrying about that, but I know the extermination period is coming up again. I'm on top of that, which is crazy. But anyway, so I'm hearing shit running around on the ceiling and shit. I'm like, it irritate me, but I'm thinking, okay, it might be rats. It might be squirrels. Yeah. It might be raccoons, because the raccoons run around like a gang knocking over trash cans and shit at night. It's funny to sit on the step and be smoking or sitting in your car smoking or whatever or chilling, and there's always like 3 or 4 of them just, they either be behind the church or they come across the street, go behind our houses, climb on people's roofs and all that shit. It's wild. So I'm like, all right, it's raccoons on the roof too. So boom, I get up. I hear them. I'm up like 5 in the morning. I got some real sleep last night. Went to sleep at 10 o'clock. That'd be my goal. No later than 10:30. A lot of times it go way on to that because you know we real working boys. Yeah. But you know I try to get in bed at 10 o'clock. That's my real thing. Last night succeeded. Got in bed at 10 o'clock. Was up feeling good at 5 in the morning. I'm already blessed not to wake up to any aches and pains and all of that type of stuff already. You know what I mean? Because the time that I put into my body. But I'm putting that time back into again right now. But that's why I wake up 45 years old, no aches and pains. But to wake up at 5 in the morning, what I have been doing is I've been waking up and I don't feel refreshed like you should wake up in the morning. Because you shouldn't wake up in the morning groggy if you get in proper sleep. You'll just naturally wake up and be feeling good. You'll wake up, you'll be like, damn, it's 5 in the morning. Because you went to bed 9, 10. 5 in the morning, you feel fresh. Just woke up. So I started noticing I was going to bed so late, I was kind of like rolling out of bed. That's where those type of terms come from. That feeling. I'm rolling out of bed. I'm getting up, no aches and pains, but I could lay back down. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm hearing them run. So I'm thinking, all right, they on the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? And they on the roof. And all right, cool, I can deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So this morning, I'm hearing them. And I'm like, these motherfuckers sound like they in the ceiling, though. That's what they sound like. They sound like they in the fucking ceiling. So I'm hearing them like, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Hold up. It don't sound the same this morning. It sound like they in the ceiling. I said, these motherfuckers then ate their way through something.
Yeah.
So I go in the bathroom. The vent, like when you turn the vent, you know how you got the light switch and the light come on, the fan come on. When I come in there, that shit down off of the ceiling.
Oh, man.
Like something hit it down. I'm like, what? And I hear him. So I hit the joint. Boom. I hear him. It's a little hole like in the corner. Why I see a fucking clog?
Oh, man.
Bro, why the fuck I see a little claw come out the hole? I'm in my fucking bathroom.
Oh, man.
Yo, this shit while I'm sitting on the toilet. I tried to leave that part out, but like that's really how it all began. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you can imagine and you cannot imagine. Like I gotta get up. Boom, what the fuck is going to joint vent down? I know it's already up, but I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they still moving around. They got the audacity to hear me come in and not give a fuck and still be up there. But then there was a hole in the corner of the claw. I said, that's a fucking raccoon. That's not no squirrel claw. And it definitely ain't a rat, John. A rat bigger. And you can hear it. It sound like a little kid moving around up there. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
This is
yeah.
I might go home because I closed all the doors. I had to go around, check all the ceilings. Like, this is wild. So I'm like, all right, if they get out in the John, they get out in the fucking, I might go up there as a fucking raccoon in my bathroom. And now it's on. Because I'm going up with the,
Yeah, but
you don't want to put holes all over the house, but I got to go up there with something to stab him with, like, we going to fight. Because if you got in there, it might be 3 of them in there now. And then the landlord, motherfucker, they not answering, everything automated. I'm calling. The box is full. I send a message. Email motherfuckers. It's wild, man. But that was it. I had other shit going on in my day too, but that's a one-man show, stand-up comedy. That's the only way I could deal with the rest of the shit that happened. Up until right now, I come to the therapy. So listen, I told my little story. It's my brother.
Hey.
Like, let them know who you are, man. Let them know what's going on.
Man, Trap Man came on all social platforms. I mean, we had, man. Philly service announcement. Shout out to my brother right here, man.
I appreciate you, boy.
No, man, we've been doing good work. You know what I mean? And this is definitely an extension of the work we do.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing.
So I normally ask 3 questions.
That's good.
I only ask 3 questions, and, it usually opens up into a really good show. Some people, it don't even get into nothing else. Like, we get in a boom, or just off of me telling the first story, it go. But
yeah, that was
normally,
wild,
yeah, that's wild. And bro, when I tell you after the show, the rest of the day, you gonna be like, what the fuck? How? But this the therapy. I've never come in here. I'm gonna keep saying it. Like, I was blessed to have a situation, bro. I never come in here and don't want to do this shit. I don't care what's going on. I don't know why. Thing. This is, I love doing this shit. It's very cathartic. I never knew. I thought it was going to be, and I always say this, a situation that led to other situations, and it has. But I'm talking about even just doing it, and now I'm 2 years in.
Oh, that's love.
You feel what I'm saying? With a lot of good content, a lot of good people, a lot of good community stakeholders, people who serve the community, a lot of really, really good people that came through here and put in some time and answered some questions and gave some people some information to grow on and utilize. You know what I'm saying? Myself included. So we do. I want to get right into the CCIP, and then we're going to get into, what is it? Say it again. Trap
Man came.
Trap Man. See, because I don't.
TRAP.
That part of who this brother is came at the end. Not late, but it came at the end. I met him in another, I met him in other ways first. You know what I'm saying? As far as
my government, not like one of them Jones I hide from people either.
No. I'm talking about as far as who you were. Like, and you definitely gonna be able to get into this a little deeper. But what I mean by I met you in different ways is like I met you. When I first met you, it was on the time of you telling me about what you was doing with the homeless joint we went on downtown, all that. You feel me? And then I met you in another iteration. I got more information once I learned how you were to Miss Marion and vice versa. Because I have one of those type of really loyal kinship, love, elder relationships with Miss Marion as well. Because of the opportunities she has provided me and the stages she's helped for me to be able to stay on, because it's like it's like if you could get somewhere sometime, you need help to stay up there.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You need assistance, whatever, however that comes, an additional person, more money, like however that thing comes that helps sustain you to stay up there. You feel what I'm saying?
Fact.
Wherever up there is at. That's another thing she has done for me. Like, you know, giving me more. If I already had some like if I already had a name, if that's what we want to say, she gives it more validity. Like she having her on my team, in my corner, me being on her team, it only adds to it. You feel what I'm saying? It helps me build strengthen my foundation. So that's another way, because y'all got y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's very similar, but in different ways. You know what I mean? And then us working together with CCIP and doing a credible messenger and you being somebody that's like serious about it.
No, that's a
You
fact.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You serious about what's going on and you want to make sure that it's being done right. So that was, you know, we had me and you having that conversation even.
No, that's a fact, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And then we get into the Trap Man Kane. It's Trap Man Kane?
Yeah, Trap Man
Then we get into the Trap Man Kane. Then we get into, you know, like, no, we just brothers. Like, I appreciated when you was having a conversation with the brother and you was like, yo, man, we formed this a brother. Like, we just brothers. Like,
fact, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So the first thing we're gonna talk about is CCIP though. The credible messenger.
Let's get it.
What makes you what makes you feel like, all right, this the fit for me right now?
I mean, I stuck my foot in all types of all forms of social activism, like from politics to housing to everything. But the CCIP, it fit more me, where I come from and where I want to see especially young black men go. You know what I mean? I wanna help be a bridge to guide, you know, younger black men to I mean, whatever it is, because you can't always, you know, bank on success. Everybody not gonna be that guy, but if I can help point you in the direction of something other than what you got going on, and I ain't telling you stop that either.
Right.
I can't fill your pocket, but I can definitely give you some knowledge on somebody who did some time. Then everybody sturdy, everybody stepping. Nigga, we was doing that shit years ago. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
No.
And they talk to us as older men like we don't know what's going on. I be like, young, and I'm still out here. I ain't that fucking old. Like, I mean, I'm still out here. And the last thing I want to do is, like, I'm out here on my job route. I see you every day. I pop the fuck back up here and somebody got a sad song about you. You feel what I'm saying? And you mean, pardon the language if it's too much.
No, you good. No. Let the language is what it is.
Yeah. But the only thing that can beat hate in this world is love. There's no other thing that can beat hate. So I feel like it's my job because I took so much away. We got to get that love back. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely.
A lot of my actions is still hate in other people's hearts. That's probably still like ongoing to this day. So I be like, I approach every situation with love. Every last situation I approach every day, I approach it with love. I don't care how bad I feel, what got me upset. You know what I mean? Well, we can approach this situation and I get to whatever I got going on when it's over with.
Nah, listen, that's a real thing. You know, I'm love boy. You know what I mean? I always, you know what I'm saying? I always try to, like, that's always my intent. Like, to do the thing that's going to make everybody good out of love. You know what I mean? I want us all to be winning. Let's all, like, a person be like, that's impossible. It's not going to, but why we can't all move like that, though? Like, why we can't all, not saying, and not even ask, because I understand that question, but I'm just saying, for me, when I think, like, why can't we? So I'm going to move like that.
Right.
Until I can't no more, until they force me out the lane, or until people gravitate to what I'm doing and there's more cats on my wave. Like, no, we going to collaborate just out of love. Well, you don't know him, though, but listen, we going to make sure it's all face up money, though.
Right.
That's how we just going to do it. We just going to do it like that. We just going to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? And shit may falter, but we going to try it out. And hopefully if it falter, the shit not that deep.
I'm going to keep it real,
you feel
man.
Me?
It always, in my experience, it always pan out. It may not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, play out how you expect it to play out, like, right then and there. But, like, the message get through as long as you consistent with it. A lot of people approach situations and wonder why shit don't change because you wasn't consistent on making it change. That's like with the work we do every day. people gotta see us every day to know that this shit is real. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell somebody I love you one day, don't see him the next day, don't call him, don't. You know what I mean, you gotta, take steps.
Consistency.
Yeah, like that's what I'm like. When
Consistency,
people
nah.
see that, then
They gonna believe in
like,
it. And for those who may be wondering what CCIP, what that mean, is Community Crisis Intervention Program. And this is a program that Ade, Eddie's House, and Pan has, and it's financed from the Office of Violence Prevention, basically the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they finance it. But what we do as a part of that, as credible messengers, we are the folks in the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're connecting. Like, our thing is we trying to connect the community to itself.
Right.
For me, when I go in, and I probably don't say this a lot because it's a part of it, but you know how they tell you about the dollar circulating in the community, it makes a community stronger. The longer they can keep that money in there and circulate amongst them, they'll build up. It's not instantly going out. So I'm like, what we're doing is not so much money. It's an information connection that could lead to all of that. It could lead to money. It could lead. You feel what I'm saying?
Information.
It's an information connection. Like, yeah, we're gonna get you tangible resources, and but those resources will not come without the information. Mm-hmm. If you don't know where they at, you're not gonna go get it. So what we're doing is we're locating where the resources at and connecting the people to that information. So in that space where a lot of times we can get, not saying every time we gonna get instant results for you. I'm not saying we're not gonna get results. I'm just saying not instant results. We might not get it in that week, but that's what we trying for. Yeah, we trying for it the next day. We trying to be because in a lot of ways we can do it, but it is process. Because shit got to be documented and all that type of shit. It got to be processed. But we not trying to have that process turn into red tape.
Right.
What we doing is saying speed up our process.
Right.
So the process don't turn into bureaucracy. But people talking about it and we missing people. You know what I'm saying? So what I appreciate about you, Zuberi, Wasima, Ant, you ain't. I'm used to saying This Ant right here is crazy. It's Trap Man Kane right here. It's like it's Ant. It's Ant. But I'm used to saying it because I've been doing that the last couple weeks on the show. So I'm used to just saying, running down the names. It'll be like Jamil, Adrian. You know what I'm saying? Always shout out to Ms. Marion. Like, listen, man, my man Junebug. You know what I'm saying? Axes and arrows. So it's very refreshing. And it's very refreshing, and you know what I'm gonna say? I ain't gonna say exciting, adventurous.
Right.
Dealing with this strong group of black people, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Very passionate, very intelligent, got their experiences. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But seeing them do the work is like, that's the refreshing part. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other things that come, and it's not all bad. It's just learning process shit.
No, that's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? It might look crazy at times, but it's learning process shit. We going through it. You know what I mean? But we getting results early. You know what I mean? And so
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, that's the shit where everything new. Like everything new, like is a learning process. You gotta figure it out by trial and error. You feel what I'm saying? Like you never really figure out the most efficient way to get it done until you fail a couple times.
Right.
You know what I mean? But consistency once again, like you gotta stay on that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah.
But that's what I was about to ask you, and you answered that. I was about to ask, like, what is your way of moving through this? Now that you see what it is, what it entails, you know, how vast it could be, but not be big at all when we really look at the 18th district. I wanted to know, like, how you feel about moving into the process, and you really kind of answered it, but
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's my backyard, so it's like it's nothing to get, you know, people. I mean, I guess receive you because I've been around. Like we do a majority of our work in the district where I'm from,
right?
So you know, like when you always grew up with that the big R respect on your name. It's easy to get people to at least listen. Right. You feel what I'm saying and what you got to say. Because I was always taught, like my family was respected. I came up under learning like certain things, you know, when you get older, you do dumb shit. You make decisions on your own. But yeah, like I just felt like the foundation that my elders built for me around there, and what I built for myself just made it easy for me to relay the message. Like it's help, it's love out here. You know what I mean? Because at some point in time, I believe a lot of people get into the shit they get into because they don't believe love exists. You know what I mean? A lot of people gave up on love on so many levels. That's why it's so easy for, you know what I mean, the youngins to pick the gats up and shit like that.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, all the other shit. I'm gonna keep it real, man. The grand design is we only giving you this, or it's a lot of shit out here for you, but we not gonna expose it to you. You know what I mean? So that's our job. Our job is to bring the shit they don't see. They see ball players make it out their neighborhoods. They see rappers make it out their neighborhoods. But they forget to market the successful business owners. They even forget to put out there, the average Joe, the day-to-day dude that's climbing up the corporate ladder and making it. That's for real.
Dudes that's like contractors, man. Yeah. Like that's one of the joints that I tell a lot. Like, the easiest entrance into getting a couple dollars, getting out the way is just get a job. Get a job, get a little bit of training, see how systems work, see how organizations work. It's the same thing as like volunteering for an organization or something. Don't just go to, give out stuff and help them carry or do stuff. Like, watch how it's organized. See what parts it play for you to be able to come in and volunteer to this. Yeah. What is this that you're volunteering to? Like, so it's not always like the it's the information thing again, but you get a little experience, you get some training. Like, facts. So but dudes who have a skill set, like my brother that just dropped me off, he a meat cutter. And he probably make like 80 a year now, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's a comfortability right there. That if that's what you're looking for, that can help. Middle class. That can get you into a lot, and that don't have to be the end all be all. But we need to show everybody an option. Being a carpenter, because that's big in the city. Being any type of contractor is big, and if you sturdy. Cause it's a lot of janky. Janky. It's a lot of just straight criminal contractors out here. Yeah. Like y'all running off with people money. You know what I'm saying? Doing half-ass jobs on purpose. Like it's wild. And the dudes that's really sturdy and really about their business, they overbooked. Right. Cause it's so, and I only really bring that point up to say cause there's so much work in this city and across the country. Like we were saying in the will, like, yo, it's somebody building all this shit. We need parts in some way, but that's one of the ways to get parts. If you sold parts, Home Depot don't gotta be the only person that's selling materials.
That's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? It's just so many different ways to get into that game. But I know what you're saying, and it's a beautiful thing. One of the reasons why they made it indigenous to, like, one of the hiring requirements was being indigenous to the community. Right. That's not an end all be all. That's not a deal breaker. But it's definitely an additive because it was thought out of why that was, because you have credibility.
That's a fact.
That's basically what you just said to me. That big R in this lexicon that we using as far as being employed, working for the city, having our own minds completely. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's what that's what they talking about. Like, he got respect, he got credibility.
No, that's just
you know what I mean? And dude, for you, that does make it easier. No, it does make it easier to be in this. It don't, because I know you the type of dude, we could be in Brooklyn. If this was what we was doing, you would just be doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You will understand the terrain, but you take me as that type of brother, like, all the time, like, because I'm like that. Right. Because I feel like men gonna respect men wherever we at. I learned that in the penitentiary. I knew it before jail, but it was a little cloudy on principles and all that, for real. And it's still some cloud, but it was a different type of cloud when drug dealing was going on as far as principles. Right. But going to jail and it really being like stripped down to like really who are you as a man is really going to determine, or who you can make yourself into, right or wrong.
That's a fact.
Wicked or not. It's going to determine how you navigate this joint. And I navigated it on just being a man. Yeah. Be a man. Yeah. Like, I didn't. That's what got, not knowing what really being a man got me there. Trying to find that, searching for that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, but once I got there, I understand quick, like, you can't hang nothing on nothing but your name. No, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else moving. You could, certain motherfuckers get different things happening. However, it's always possibilities. But what's really gonna help you walk through this thing every day is being a man.
No, I agree.
Holding it and having rules and regulations, principles and shit that you stand on.
Integrity, man.
Integrity, bro. Like I remember my one Sully and shit. He was writing like he wanted to write books on like principle, integrity, discipline, and just have it in like a little. They each little pamphlets that go into a joint because he was like. He was like, damn, man, we need this shit. This is shit we need to get on. I was like, yo, all those is the real riches.
No, that's fact.
The real. They got us chasing external shit.
Right.
The real shit is principle, character, integrity, dignity, respect,
loyalty, honor.
Yeah, those are the real things we need to be talking about all the time and preaching that to young folks. You know what I mean?
Talk about that shit like you talk about money. You know what I mean? Talk about that shit like you talk about the females you get involved with. Talk about, glorify it like you glorify everything else. Yes. And I believe, like I said, with the respect shit, it carry, like, they receiving it when you talking it. So it's like, like I could tell, I could sit and talk to my young boys and they listen. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't at the 100% success rate yet. Right. Yeah, I mean, but you can't win them all because, like I said, a lot of young men they want the instant gratification and they don't even realize y'all literally living in the era of instant gratification. Shit was never this easy to make money ever. Like even down to the scamming, like the young boys into the scamming now. Scamming for us was stealing clothes from the store and taking them shits back for credit.
Yo, it's so crazy because, you know, drugs had a lot of money in the neighborhoods.
Right.
Like it had a lot of money in the neighborhoods. We didn't know what to do with the money.
But it was there.
But it had a lot of money in the neighborhood. And that's a real thing, what you saying. Yeah. Like, it still had something assigned to it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say, like, make hard, like, me being out here worrying about getting jammed, worrying about the police, worrying about smokers playing me. Yeah, the money coming fast, but even that pace creates danger.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That comes with it. You're taking the risk of this pace where it ain't no way you could watch, you know, so systems had to be built where you had somebody out there to watch your back. But it was a lot of us that was out there strapped, just like excited about getting the money and just thinking you gonna be on everything.
Right. No, that's
you feel me? And for real. And then I seen corners, and I know you know you probably did too. But I seen corners where it's 2 or 3 of us, and the flow is still crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? The flow's still crazy. Then you got other motherfuckers maybe a block and a half up, shit like that. Yeah. Shit jumping. You know what I'm saying? So it still came with it wasn't as easy. The money is what made it look easy because it came fast. Right. But it's a lot of bullshit that came with getting that money, being in that space.
That's where I be trying to drill. Like, you ain't even got to leave the confines of your own home to make money today. This shit crazy. And it's like doing the goofy shit the young dudes like to do. They like to laugh. They like to prank. They like to talk shit. Like, it's literally like millions of dollars out here just for that. Like I
ain't gonna lie, I just see like just being on like I say Howard Stern. The reason why Howard Stern became because he was very influential, right?
Nah, super fact.
And the thing for me, the Howard Stern effect is real for me and how I explain it, how I seen it, because he made the world, he made all media shock jock media. Be as negative as you can be as gaudy, be as loud, just be as obnoxious as you can be. That's what Howard Stern was. And he brought characters on to be that. And he tried to dig into, he didn't try because motherfuckers he was digging into serious shit and making a mockery of that shit just to hear like the shot. It's like the all of him asking you this shit.
No, real
he would look for the most weird shit to come off and say about some serious shit that's going on that people know. And what I start seeing is political news start commentating in panels and all that, panel discussions, and they would be on shock jock shit where a political dude would say something like to really like shock people's sensibilities. They would say something like a candidate, he believes in being soft on crime. And then they would show they would show stories of people who had raped or people who had killed to give you the impression that this guy is really cool with these things happening. That's shock jock shit. And then you would have people come on a panel and argue about him being soft on crime and connect it to real atrocities that happen in this city, town, or state. And this would be factual information, but they would tie it to his policies and say, because of him, this woman and her children were raped. If this policy had not, so that's where they took it to shock jock. Then you see sports and watch how they do news with the Skip Bayless. That's shock jock shit. They saying the most extreme things they can say about athletes and their lives and what they doing on the hoop court to get a response. Then we start looking at hip hop. With how battle got so crazy. Whatchamacallit took pages straight out of Howard Stern book, 50.
Oh, yeah. Super
He
fat.
starts saying shit that was so crazy, you had to respond.
He's still on that,
Floyd
too.
Mayweather, not saying that this type of shit didn't exist, because Ali was on it to a certain extent. But Floyd took it to another level of being a shock jock, saying the most outlandish, or being the most gaudy. Cause that's shocking too.
No, that's
we be looking like all of this shit. Look at all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
So
I believe that everything. So Instagram and Facebook and all of these places, ways that we are connected so easily. Now, how are we going to keep the people into the shit? Like into clicking and posting and it.
Controversy,
shock jock shit. Reality TV.
Real shit.
Shock jock shit.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like this shit, wow. Like I'm like, Howard Stern flipped this whole shit on his head. Now being negative is how you get the money.
No, that's
you
a
gotta
fact.
be ultra net. You gotta be ultra out there, do the most outlandish shit. And now you got a camera that's gonna record this shit all day. They got you on the shit. Even the way we talk to each other, motherfuckers just be wild with it. Like, damn, why you talking to me like that?
No, real shit.
Like, why we got, what you doing, dickhead? Like,
hey, yo, listen,
that's regular
man.
talk.
Take that shit somewhere else. I be out.
That's
out
how
New
y'all
York.
talk to each other.
I be out in New York on that shit. They don't like that shit out
Right.
there. They don't like that shit. I be like, man, that's just regular shit I hear
Yo,
every
man,
day. Like,
it's so crazy, man. It really is so
Man.
crazy. Listen, though, so I do want to get into this, man, because this brother outside of doing Credible Messenger, which I appreciate him moving the way that he do, you know what I'm saying?
No,
and
I appreciate y'all.
the whole
Appreciate
team,
you.
yo, like they really into it, you know, and everybody is going to be able to push their own, you know, brand within it as well. You know what I mean? You're the center of this community, moving around, connecting all these dots, helping people build foundations and connect with each other in this community to strengthen it, to give us, you know, whether it be voting blocks, whatever it is, we're going to push it together. We're going to give people the information to be able to do it, empowering the block captains,
No, that's a
making
fact.
sure the young boys is cool, like really letting them know we out here consistent. Because when you were saying that earlier about the young boy, you know, your percent rate is not that is not 100%, but
we out here.
if he keeps seeing you,
Yup.
and the shit don't change, and now you pointing out examples, some he might already know because it's in his neighborhood.
Right.
But I can give him an example, like, yeah, we just got so-and-so a job, and then so-and-so, we helped them do this, and then we did, that's what we do.
Yeah, that shit, man. We
You know what I'm saying?
we
Yeah,
just
my cousin was
connected
telling me
into
about
a
that.
business class, man.
You feel me? Got him in the
And
high
they
school
got his
diploma, John.
LLC.
You feel
winning
me?
right now.
So I know what's up with you. Appreciate you shouting us.
Yeah.
But it really is that type of thing, man. And I thought about that when you said it, because you already said about consistency. Like,
No,
you be
for
consistent.
sure.
That one that might not come along on the first couple charms, but they see you keep coming.
Yeah.
And then shit start happening. And then that's when they, you know, oh,
Yeah.
he real with it. Or just confiding you about, listen, man, I'm about to make this move. What you think? I see you out here moving, shaking, doing your thing, helping people out. You might have that information.
No,
Because that'd be super dope to me, too, to be walking around and a motherfucker really just pull you over. Like, all right, y'all be around here doing this. Do you know anything about this?
Listen,
and then I
man,
can get that shit to him like, yes, I do.
I'm
glad you asked.
I tell people the work that we do is not preventative. It's not prevention, but
Damn, what you
what's
say?
the other word?
I was
It's
gonna
not
say it last
preventative,
week
but it's,
too on the show, yo. I couldn't remember what it was. You
yeah,
said it.
man, we literally reduction work.
Reduction
This is
work.
what we
Yes.
do, because reduction work is meeting somebody where they at. If it's a young boy on the corner and that's what you used to your whole life, I can't tell you to jump the fuck out the corner. You feel what I'm saying? But what I can tell you is there's other opportunities off this corner.
Right.
Now, if you choose to stay on this corner, let me tell you, damn, young, go get a job. At least you off the corner for 8 hours. Some
Right.
shit pop off. You ain't out here when it pop off.
Right.
You could come back after the shit got shot up. Couple niggas got locked up. Like, but it's not you. And if everybody developed that mentality, the law not even gonna know how to move on y'all
Exactly.
like that, because a lot of the young boys they think that, and they be doing that shit because they think it's cute. The 24 hours on the block all day, stale ass New Balance tracksuit, the 990s. That, I mean, get it how you gonna get it, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely consequences.
A lot.
Ain't no guns in jail. Yeah, I hope you know how to rumble. And yeah, I mean, like, stand on what you do. A lot of I be telling the young boys, man, like, y'all get pickled and then put y'all stress on y'all family. Some of y'all got kids. You gonna call your baby mom mad as shit, cuss her out all day because you made a mistake.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just own it. And once you start developing that mindset of being a man, what we was talking about earlier, you realize that, hey, damn, maybe he right. Exactly. Maybe I should, I mean, look in the other shit. If you making $100, $200 a day and you can afford to put $50 a day up, you got money to invest into a business. You got money to get off this fucking block. And don't think for 1 second it ain't out here for you. They giving out grants for being black. They giving out grants for having one quarter Indian.
Get into it. That's like on some real shit. Like is really, it's cyclical anyway. I talk about that. Like, you know, our society goes into stages based on policies, based on people engineering certain situations that happen. It's kind of like all this construction we see going on was 30 years in the making.
Right.
In the making. Crack had something to do with it. The crime bill had something to do with it. Crack had something to do with it. Mass incarceration. The whole welfare system, welfare to work, welfare what you can't come stay in the house and all that. Yeah. All of these things that were put into place, they had a result that people knew was coming, that they speculated about, that they talked about, that they invested around that information. Because they put the dots together. They said, okay, if we make it so that the man can't come in the house with welfare, right? You know, we create the child support system that go on top of that. Then we also have crack in this neighborhood. People was either shooting, getting killed, people getting high, they selling the drugs. Or they're all going to jail. Whether they users or sellers, they're all going to jail. We sending everybody to jail. Everybody's getting a prison sentence. So you having a certain amount of resources, physical labor, you know, instruction, everything that's just gone. So now that even tells you why male-female relationships are so toxic between men and women, because that created a void. That it's like so many different levels to it, and people, it's people who put these policies in play and knew that that's what the chain reactions was going to be, and they knew the effect that it would have on the economy. They knew how money would work behind it. Motherfuckers invested in prison and made their money. They knew how prison systems would change politics, like I explained to y'all last week about what happens when this prison comes to a town. This is shit people understood that they was masterminding. You know what I'm saying? So now we trying to we playing catch up. Because I'm talking about every part of black life is engineered to a certain extent. If you go back and read history, read policy, look into politics, and then look at your real life experience. One of the books I would tell anybody to read, somebody that broke this down in a very clear, concise way. The book is not a hard read. It's called Why So Many Black Men in Prison. And the brother's name is D'Amico Booth. And the brilliance of this book for me was he told the story, and he told it in 3 parts. Part experience, part politics, and then with the result, like history. So it's history, politics, and experience. And he talks about like his history as far as how he led up to getting locked up. Then when he was in jail, he seen the system at play, how this shit unshake, and then he showed you what the result was. And he explained policies. He gave you the experience of how, like he was saying about how when he went to the feds, he seen the feds change because of the crack laws. And how even that shit in the prison was done with racism in mind. He was like, at one time, the feds motherfuckers was making enough money to sustain their homes a little bit. Like you can get jobs where you make like $1,000 a month, where you sending 500 because you don't need all that because you got all this extra swag and all this shit that you can get from the jail. So you ain't even really spending your money. So you could probably send $750 home every month. And that might not seem like a lot, but that helped a lot of homes. And this is that's the crazy shit. These Italian boys and these mobsters, they talking about Club Fed. This was really a thing for them.
No, real right.
Where these motherfuckers could still be fathers and husbands from prison. Not just with they name, how they name carry, but they can produce enough in prison in these feds. They having conjugals so they can keep that connection with their family. Like they were fully in prison. Like this how crazy this system is. But once crack came in and they start giving motherfuckers these ringleader charges and these organized crime charges for having these crack organizations, and they start sending everybody upstate. Then they start sending the gang, not upstate, to the feds. Then they start sending the gang boys, giving them ringleader charges. All of the club fed shit started to go away because niggas was coming into it.
And
even in prison.
How this shit is going on till this day with all these young boys on these blocks rapping all this. Hey man, listen, if that's your life, that's your life.
Right.
I can't, like, if you rapping real shit, it's real shit. I can't tell you, but yeah, they watching.
Right.
And yet you would think, you would think it ain't legal to bring all that shit up in court. It's just entertainment, man.
No.
Listen, man, they connecting the dots, and y'all just giving it away to them. Like back in the day, real quick, and I'm gonna step the fuck off,
no,
bro.
No, you good.
You know what I mean?
Because I got more.
The rapper wasn't the gangster back in the day. And nowadays, like, these niggas, like, feeling like they gotta live this shit to rap this shit. Like, not like back in the day where somebody could just rap their man experience and still be in it and not of it, because niggas understood this the one that's gonna get us out. Yeah, I mean, he here with us every day. He may not partake in everything we partake in, but yeah, we gotta protect him and get him out the hood. Now it was like, shit, man, everybody wanna be what they see. Like, it never been cool to be a broke killer. Like, even killers back in the day when they was smoking shit, them niggas was doing it for paper, like real money. I heard a young, man, I smoke a nigga for 500 right now. I'm hungry. Sheesh. You can't even get a lawyer for under 20 bands.
But listen, this is the crazy part, because the first thing I want to always say, and I know, is like, the frontal lobe ain't developed till you 25. So I know, you got folks out here making decisions, and they don't fully got all of what the result gonna be. You can see it how, like, even somebody saying you will smoke somebody for 500 and you going to jail 9 times out of 10 for $500, and it's gonna be the rest of your life.
No, that's a fact.
Because they can make a lot of money off you over that time. They making $50,000 a year off you over that time.
They gonna dope you up on medication.
Yeah, because that's what you gonna want to do. You feel what I'm saying? So I get it. They, like, decisions are being made by people who don't fully understand consequences of decisions. That's the reason for your face being all tattooed out. Not everybody, but most of it became a fad. You're not thinking 40. You're not thinking 50. What this really gonna look like with tattoos on my face? You just not. And then it's so crazy that the older motherfuckers is chasing young motherfuckers, so you have 40-year-old motherfuckers getting tattoos at 40.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And that's your life. That's your life. But that show you what's going on, like where everybody's attention span at. So when you said about the drug, like I was about to say drug deal, when you say about the rap, like, you gotta be so real, it's because rap became another one of those menocidal hustles like crack was. Because you had a lot of my brothers and sisters believe that they told themselves that this shit was going to get them out. When we know that most of us, like, I'm talking about when you go to certain counties, when I went with Montgomery County, it's like they have a 98.6 conviction zone. That's what crack did.
Hey.
Like, it had like a 99.9, like, it was beating everybody.
And I'm going to keep it
You was
real.
getting shot dead, shot maimed, going to jail for shooting dead, never coming home, never getting that bread that you thought you was gonna get. You had that one summon and went to jail for 10 years. You feel what I'm saying? You might have had 2 summons, you got indicted, everybody told on each other.
Facts.
Like, this shit, look, it's so many losses that came from that crack era. Yo, like, I definitely don't never want nobody to think that I'm just telling you, that's the era I grew up in, so a lot of how I think, move, all that, correcting that shit. Still thinking some of, like, not thinking, but knowing some of it was principle, being able to decipher what from what. But it was a failure overall. We don't really have nothing sustainable in our communities that anybody built off of crack. Not saying nobody. But when we start talking about the percentages, we down on that, John, y'all. Yeah, we ain't utilized that shit real. Like, and then the trauma and the psychological damage that come from that's generational is even more wild. You know what I'm saying? But what I see with a lot of the little brothers now, because they chasing the idea of money that these labels and the independent media and Instagram and all that, how you could pop on there without a label and all that type of stuff. That's what they chasing. And what they've been told is the most real shit again. The shock jock shit.
Yeah.
Who can kill who is the most killing of killers of all killing kill? Like, this what they want to tell you. That's why they got 1,000 guns. That's why they really like, and now it's like you gotta live it. So now they in these hoods with basically kind of like rap gangs. You know, there's not gangs in our hoods. It's still neighborhood based. Those are not gangs, but that's what it turned into, like a drug gang. From that standpoint, you had drug gangs in Philadelphia that weren't gangs, but they were calling them drug gangs. But these are still neighborhoods with motherfuckers or linked up and got money. But I feel like that's what rap has turned into. Like how we chase drugs, they chase that rap. Like, we can possibly get out off of this or win off of this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the fucking thing that they talking about is like what Grand Poobah and them talked about when they said it was smack, crack, and then the get.
Right.
Where we took it to. You know what I'm saying? Your bravado is built off of who you kill, how you kill, how many Jones you fuck. You know what I mean? And that's what's being sold as the material.
I watch these dudes, this podcast called My Expert Opinion. Shit dope. The dude always like make this note that say attention is the new currency. Like, people thrive off of more like being known for shit. Like, it's like, which one would you rather have? Like, a lot of these dudes would rather have a name than be rich. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And that name don't come with shit, because once you go to jail, you the man while you out here. I don't know if it's even like some is a fair thing, some is a respect thing.
Right.
All that shit stupidity when it boils down to it. Like, but yeah, like, they'd rather be known than be rich. Like, I'm trying to get the bag. I done tried that. Went to jail.
And you that's so real, right? With the attention joint, again, I go back to that shock jock theory. You know what I'm saying? Where that's the attention, anything for it, anything for it. But the other thing that I also know, or alongside, is they've stripped, you know, us of so much identity, bro. Like, as men, as women, just as black people, that will do anything that, like you said, it's about a name. Like, whatever the name is, it don't matter, because we've come up in a space where we're told that we not nothing. So even just like I said in prison, it wasn't to the point where I would do anything, but I wanted my name to be, because that's all. I was stripped down. I didn't have anything to try to say, this would give me a name. And wherever you at, that supposed to really be what it is anyway. Don't get that part fucked up. I'm not saying that. But what jail does is it strips down all of the shit that can make a person maybe respect you or maybe fuck with you on a higher level because of what you got. Because you drive nice cars, because you might got money, or you get at the chicks, or you got a good job and you got a little position there. You know what I'm saying? Those would be the things that can kind of cloud, I'm going to say, a person, why they respecting you. You know what I'm saying? But when you move and it be like, no, it's just how he carry. It's just how that name. What is the time to that name? That's important. But because we've been stripped down to so much, we'll do anything for a name. And we don't have an identity to attach ourselves to that gives us a lot of that pride and knowing that my name is Tamojua. That means something. That's my last name. It comes from Strong Brothers. It means one family. It was something given to me by my elder, who I know is a God amongst men, because the ancestors blessed him with so much information and being right in heart with it. He don't want to use it for bad. He don't want to try to play with people. You feel what I'm saying? He really do shit on the strength of, these is my people and I gotta make sure they good. So that's a name that I'm gonna carry, and it's gonna mean something to me, and it deserves to be respected by me. And in the way that I carry it, you can respect it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not just going for any. I won't come on this show, on this podcast, on this radio show, and say anything just to get people to watch it. I won't do anything because my name means something.
No, that's a fact.
Jarue means something. Masa Makali means something. Orji Tamojua means something. Coming from the brothers I've been around, coming from my family, having my uncle's name, that means something to me. I'm not just going to come up here and do anything with it to get attention. But I understand why my brothers and sisters do it, because, again, when we talking about young brothers, the frontal lobe is not always developed. and they not getting that information that say like, yo, you know, as corny as it may sound to be, that you are somebody, and you don't gotta do anything. You feel what I'm saying? So what I want to ask, man, is like, you tell me a little bit about everything that went on downtown.
Oh,
give me a synopsis of what went on downtown with the housing situation. Like, give me your spill that, because I know people done ask you this story a lot of times because you was heavily involved and it was successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's always more that can come from something, the more you want to come from it. But y'all put on a campaign with whoever you was working with, and y'all made some things happen. So definitely tell the people the long, the short, the whole
we gonna
nine.
get
You know what I mean?
to make it tall story short. I ain't gonna lie, man. If anybody familiar, you know, with me, like my background, what I do, I had a situation down there on getting money. You feel what I'm saying? And it's crazy. This how life do it to you. Miss Mary, not too long after I mean, I was on the run, she helped me get a lawyer. Got me out and shit. Yeah, I was like three cases pending and on the run from probation. I come home, like I jumped right back into my bullshit. But downtown was the spot where I always got paper and stayed out the way. And this shit was crazy. All my clientele start disappearing. I'm like, where the fuck is everybody going? It's like, it's just close to the money days. Where the fuck is the money at? So I followed the money. Like when all else fails, follow the money. I followed the money and stumbled onto something so much greater. Opened my mind to a lot of shit. Cause it was like, damn, I went to jail 100 times. I did lengthy extensions in jail to come home, and the people, like, you know, I was dealing with on that tip, they was still on what the fuck they was on, smoking crack for years and shit. So after living it, like they had the whole protest set up. I came in like literally probably like the first couple weeks. A couple strong people had, you know, they was tired of you know, gentrification, people getting displaced, houseless. Yeah. No, and that's a fact. And it doubled back to generations before us, where, you know, black people deceived us and took a lot of this property away from us and selling it over to the developers now that's getting you booted out your house. But I'm gonna keep it real. Once I understood that a lot of people that I had faith in and I thought was going, you know, help drive, you know, black people to something greater, they was a part of this whole city conspiracy about why we losing so much in our communities, why, you know, no disrespect, the white man walking dogs down your block, now the police presence is up now even more because you got white people in the community now. So not only are we being displaced, we being over policed, and that brings a whole lot of oppression, depression, and repression to the black community. So once I sat and looked around and started to develop a sense of consciousness around all that shit, because it don't never land till you get a chance to really think about it. I turned over what I was doing. Like, I literally made up in my mind, you know, 3.5 to 4 years ago, like, I'm going to stop selling coke. And I'm going to help these people who this addiction keep putting back in places where they can fend for themselves. One, because they addicted to this chemical substance that employ all types of thinking distortions where they can't develop fully and get back into shit. And it ended up being like something great. We got national attention, and we ended up getting like a number of houses awarded to the houseless. And there's still like a fight going on with like ownership to a lot of them. You know, the city playing they fucking games. We was supposed to get like awarded, but that shit opened so many doors, man. I got a chance to build with like original Move members, Pam Africa, other community act who really for us.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will get paper through these false fucking
like they not really doing the work.
They ain't really.
I hate they even get into that joint because it's just a reality of it. Because I don't want to give that impression about like everybody that get this paper fumble the paper, but it is a lot of psychological trauma, like a lot of self-hate, You know what I'm saying? Inferiority complexes, just rottenness. Motherfuckers is just rotten. They know what it is. They know what it is, but they just like, fuck it, I'm choosing this side. Like that, it is that. So it's a lot of reasons why people do it based on what our history has been and a lot going on with us. Like seriously. But then there's some of us who are clear in mind to that extent. And they like, yo, listen, I'm choosing a side. I know these people like this. I know these things have happened. But this where I'm good with it. I'm good with this. You know what I'm saying? And for all of us, it's blood on all of the money, man. It's blood on all the money.
Fact.
So you got to figure out how we maneuver through that. You know what I mean? Keep those principles, like we were saying, keep super that in mind as we deal with this blood money. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to get into Trap Man Kane, you know what I'm saying? Because he just told me he got a slide. Y'all know I run over. And I appreciate too, you know what I'm saying, always letting me do what I do, you know what I mean? I appreciate it. But, you know, is it, would you like any music on? Can you
nah. I just want to leave this real fast because I'm actually in an entrepreneurship class and that shit start in 2 minutes.
I don't want to hold him up.
That shit start in 2 minutes, but I'm going to leave y'all with this. Yeah, right. Super fact. I'm definitely getting that through my job. Trap Man Kane is we taking risks and prospering. We manifesting the new, and I'm killing all negative energy. Trap Man Kane. That is the acronym for my name. If you ever associated how I talk or what I do with any negativity or any reverse backtracking in the psyche that a grown man is supposed to have, like, so I took something that we so accustomed to and just made it and put it in a positive light for those who don't understand. You know, change is necessary.
Always.
You feel what I'm saying? It's necessary. Shit, man. You know, listen, Rude, like I come back anytime, man. I love to listen. I love to talk, and I love to interact. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
man. We gotta come. We gotta make it happen, man. We around. You know what I'm saying? So, do you got anything for him?
Man. Listen.
Give me one John, cause you ain't get the splash on shit this weekend.
It's alright. I said, grind is what I have on my mind when I wake up. So when I touch down, I got plans to get this cake up. Hustlers, get prepared for the pay cuts, cause the Seaver niggas gonna let me get mine. A block's getting taped up. Yeah, that's simple shit, but I mean it. Cause a lot of niggas talk a lot of bread, but never seen it. So I grind hard with my boot soles to the cement, scraping every goddamn gram out the pot till I clean it. Yeah, that shake bags for the things I get shorts from. That shit butter, bust a bundle for my port done. Support my rap career if niggas gonna support something, cause if my niggas can't get out this, they gonna taunt something. We grind from the bottom just to make it to the dirt. We devise a plan with grams, but it seem to never work. Money handle a lot of problems, so get this cheddar first and stack it before you end up with a jacket or a hearse. Lawyer fees. Legit business, a lot of niggas adopt lifers for they get with it. And if you find a steady grind, you better stick with it. Mines was weed until the coca leaves born in big digits. Subs and dope dubs of coke if you love to smoke PCP, cause niggas who sell those love the boats. I get bread. I don't like to brag. I don't love to boast. That's a rhyme. I give it to a law and try loving first. Protect me in this dunya while I'm causing all this fitna. Conserve my brain cells while I'm puffing on these dippers. A lot of rap niggas who talk shit be gippers selling they souls for some records that get sold for these niggas for what? When they don't even make it go on gold. So I'm good if they book me anywhere in Philly doing shows. Wish I could step out of the state, but gotta answer the parole. Could get more money for these bars and that coca for the low. My homie said, you talk a lot about jail. Well, it ain't hard to go. The way these niggas rapping nowadays said it ain't hard to blow. A lot of nonchalant talk about bricks and so-and-so's rapping like you in a mix with niggas you don't even know. A lot of ignorant talk that got the youngins riding. Go ahead and be fresh as hell while the fans watching. Me, I stay low key. 4.5 on the OZ and triple up my paper going OT.
Yo, we gonna definitely bring him back. We gonna definitely talk about being in the streets. And I mean being in the streets to connect these resources, connect our people. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we gonna do. But listen, man, I appreciate you, brother. Really appreciate you. We gonna bring you back because I know y'all want some more of that fire too.
Oh, listen, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop, man.
Listen, and I'm a hip hop boy, and I appreciate hip hop all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? What you talk about, I gotta say this about music because we always gonna have this on about music. What we need to be doing is trying to get our young folks, our people, to be able to think at a level where we can explain these stories in these way, and it don't entice or don't inform or influence you to think that that's the way you should be doing your thing. You can learn from it. You can watch it as a movie in your head, the whole nine. But you got to be able to discern that this is not something that you need to just actually be going out here and doing. A story is being explained to you.
Right.
With a lot of real players and everything involved in it.
And I'm glad you heard it that way, because a lot of people will listen to that and not get the message in it. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
it's definitely.
We talked about the fake conscious balls, man. We talked about it like you be conscious, but then you ain't conscious. You get a couple dollars, you ain't conscious no more. You know what I'm saying? It turned into some other shit. But listen, this is PSA Philly Service Announcement. Takeover Tuesday Takeover. Love, support, grace, social activism, resources, and art. This is what we do. Art. You know what I mean? Good looking too. Shout out to the queen. That's what we doing out here. We out.
Right. I'm like